So one of the first questions that bloggers ask me when they start up a blog is, what's the first thing I should do? I often put it back to them in the form of a question. You've started your blog, you've got a great idea, you've got great blog posts all lined up, you've installed whatever it is, WordPress or Tumblr, and you've written your first blog post. So you're about to spend a lot of time, a lot of energy working hard on your blog. But here's the question you need to ask yourself is, how do you know if your blog is successful or not? How do you know what success looks like? How do you know your audience? How do you know what your audience wants? There's so much information you need to put together in order to figure out whether you're doing a successful job or not in your blog. So I'd say to them, okay, just stop a second and think about installing some analytics on your websites. But people will ask, which one should it be? So I say to them, look, the thing you need to do, 3 things you need to consider when installing an analytics program is, it should be fast to install, it should be simple to install, and it should be free to use. And really, there's no reason at all why you can't change it later. You could even run more than one if you wanted to, until you get comfortable with the right analytics program for yourself. So having installed that now you can answer that question of what does success look like. The analytics programs are going to give you so much rich information about the visitors to your websites and how they're using your websites. It's going to tell you, first of all, who your visitors are. You'll be able to get a really good idea of the type of people visiting your website. Maybe it fits perfectly the demographic you're aiming for. Maybe you'll find out you're reaching a whole new audience. It's going to tell you how they're using your website, which parts of your website are the most popular. That way you can get on with writing blog posts, writing in those sections where people actually want. And imagine how much time and energy you're going to save when you actually know what your audience wants. And the other thing it's going to tell you is where they are coming from. And that's where, both in terms of where geographically, i.e. which countries they're coming from, and where on the internet they have come from. They may have put something into a search box and found your website through that way. They may have come through a social media program like Facebook. You'll be able to find out how your Facebook visitors differ from your Twitter visitors, who differ from people who searched for a specific term. So then the final objection is, well, that's all great, but I don't have time. I've got hundreds of other jobs to do. What I suggest to you is just drop whatever analytics code is into your blog. Realistically, you won't be able to do anything with it for at least a month. You'll need to gather or allow the analytics program to collect at least 1 month of data before you can actually do anything meaningful with it. So, that's plenty of time. Drop it in, let it gather the information, and then get on with the things that you've got to do. Install those plugins, browse those themes, most importantly, write more blog posts, film those YouTube videos, etc. By the time you've got enough data, you'll know whether or not this is successful, and you'll continue to know. To learn more about Google Analytics or analytics in general, keep following my blog. I'm going to post more and more videos on how you can use it for your blog. And do check out my book. I'll put a link for it at the end of this video and below the post. Happy analyzing, but even more than that, happy blogging, and use the analytics and make your blog great. Okay guys, see you next time. Thank you.